Hey, welcome back to my August monthly market update for the Temecula Valley. I'm currently coming to you from my vacation in Colorado Springs, but the market doesn't stop and neither will I. I want to help to provide you the most up-to-date information possible. And if you're new here, this is the channel where I take the confusing jargon-filled real estate data and break it down into plain English so you can actually make a confident decision about buying or selling. And this month's numbers, they're interesting because we're not seeing the same story in every city. Temecula is telling a different story than Wildomar, and Murrieta is telling a different story than Winchester. So if you've been binge watching national real estate news, trying to figure out what's happening here in our own backyard, Temecula, Murrieta, Menifee, Winchester, Wildomar, or Lake Elsinore, this is the video for you. Before I show you a single number, I want you to do something with me. Think about your own neighborhood right now. Are you seeing more for sale signs than usual or fewer? Are the homes going under contract in a weekend or are they sitting? Hold that thought in your head because I want you to compare your gut feeling to what the actual data says, because sometimes they match and sometimes they don't. And that gap is exactly where opportunity lives. Every city I'm going to cover today, I'm pulling from the real-time market data as of Friday, August 7th, 2026. I'm giving you the median list price, market action index, which tells us if we're in a buyer's market or a seller's market. I'm going to give you the inventory levels and average days on the market. So let's start close to home. First up, Temecula. Temecula, the median list price right now sits at $862,000. Now here's the number that matters more than the price. The market action index is at 36, and that's down from 37 last month. And remember, anything under 40 starts leaning towards a buyer's market territory, and Temecula's trend line has been sliding for several weeks now. Inventory has jumped to 420 homes, and that's a lot of choices for buyers. And average days on market is now 89 days, with the median sitting at 56. Compare that to price cuts. At 46% of listings in Temecula have had a price decrease, while only 1% have gone up in price. That tells me sellers who were priced too aggressively earlier this year are having to correct. So what does that mean if you own a home in Temecula right now? It means the market is cooling consistently, week over week. And if that trend continues, we could see prices drift lower before they stabilize. Now let's slide over to Murrieta, where the median list price is $786,499. The market action index is 39, down from 41 last month. So also softening, but not as sharply as Temecula. Inventory has held steady around 330 homes available, which is actually a good sign of stability. But here's the number I want you to pay attention to. Average days on market in Murrieta is now 105 days. That's the highest in any city we're covering today. And even though the market action index shows some slight strengthening week to week, prices have plateaued and homes are simply taking longer to sell. 45% of listings have seen a price decrease and only 1% have increased. So if you're selling in Murrieta, this tells me one thing loud and clear. Your first 2 weeks on the market, they matter more than ever. And overpricing here doesn't just cost you time, it costs you leverage. So Menifee is holding a little firmer. Its median list price is at $672,990. Market action index is 40, down slightly from 41 last month. Inventory actually decreased to 183 homes, so there's fewer choices for buyers. Average days on market, 84, with a median of 56. Now here's an interesting stat. 8% of listings in Menifee have had price increases, which is actually the second highest of all 6 cities. Home sales here continue to outstrip the supply, which is exactly the kind of environment that puts upward pricing pressure back into play if this trend holds. Next up, Winchester, where you have a median list price of $653,852. Your market action index number is 41, which is down from 43 last month, but it's still comfortably in a seller's advantage territory. Inventory has dropped to 134 homes, and average days on the market are 72 with a median of just 42 days. And this is one of the fastest moving markets on today's list. And here's a kicker. 9% of the listings here have seen price increases, just like Menifee. Sales are outpacing supply, and if that trend continues, watch for upward pricing pressure in the coming weeks. Now we'll swim on over to Lake Elsinore, where they have a median list price of $626,990. A market action index number of 40, down from 42. And the average days on the market is sitting at 71 with a median of 42 days. The market narrative here is telling. It's been cooling and prices have plateaued for a while, but because the drop in the index has been gradual and we're still technically in a seller zone, this one's a watch closely market. Because if that index resumes climbing, expect prices to follow. And if it keeps sliding into buyer's territory, expect downward pressure instead. Finally, we're hitting Wildomar, and this one's the standout. The median list price is $699,000. Market action index is 42 and completely unchanged from last month. Inventory has held rock steady, but you only have around 66 homes available. That's the tightest inventory of any city we covered today. Average days on the market is 75, and median days is just 35. And Wildomar right now is the most stable, most consistent seller's advantage in the entire Temecula Valley. So here's what I want you to sit with for a second. If you're a seller in Temecula or Murrieta, and inventory keeps climbing while your days on market number keeps stretching, what happens to your negotiation leverage if you wait another 60 or 90 days? Does that gap get smaller or bigger? And on the flip side, if you're a buyer eyeing Winchester, Menifee, or Wildomar, where inventory is tightening and price increases are already showing up, what happens to your options and your monthly payment if that seller's advantage keeps strengthening while mortgage rates, they're still in a flux? So there's no wrong answer here, but there is a cost to not having an answer. And that's the trap I see with many buyers and sellers falling into it. They wait for certainty, and that never actually comes, and the market moves on without them. So this is exactly why I put this video out every single month, not to tell you what to do, but to hand you the actual data so you can make the smartest possible decision for your specific family situation on your own timeline and your own goals. A market update video can tell you the trend. It can't tell you whether Tuesday or waiting until November is the right week for your move. That takes a real conversation about your specific street, your specific home, and your specific numbers. All right, that's your complete August 2026 Temecula Valley Market breakdown, my real estate friends. All 6 cities, 6 different stories, and one clear takeaway. This market rewards people who actually pay attention. I hope this video has brought you some clarity. If so, I hope you hit the subscribe button. Catch you next month's update. And I'll tell you what I'm seeing, and I'll see you on the next one. Again, coming from you on my vacation in Colorado Springs, and stay blessed.